From The National, this is Trending Middle East. I'm Yasmin AlTaher. It's Monday, April 14th. Here are today's headlines. Iran and the U.S. are set to hold a second round of nuclear deal talks at the end of the week. That follows high-level talks this past weekend in Oman. The talks included a brief face-to-face interaction between Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi and U.S. Middle East envoy Steve Witkoff.
This is, of course, the Iran nuclear deal that was signed off by Barack Obama in 2015 and which Donald Trump unilaterally pulled out of 3 years later.
Here's The National's Nada AlTaher, who was in Muscat for the talks.
The fact that we even came to this step was monumental, and everyone was waiting and seeing what was going to happen, because already we were hearing different accounts of what was expected, with Iran saying the talks are going to be indirect through a mediator, and Donald Trump, of course, with Benjamin Netanyahu sitting next to him, nonetheless said that the U.S. will be negotiating directly with Iran.
The Trump administration had signaled threats to Iran and the latter's objection to Trump's policy of maximum pressure. Conflicting messages preceded the negotiations and may set the tone for talks to come.
The two sides, in meetings that lasted for about 2.5 hours, agreed that there will be another round of talks next week on Saturday. There is a cautious optimism because the region could use some de-escalation and some hope, given the fact that we have been experiencing conflict here for over 18 months that has been extremely brutal. So it's just a matter of wait and see, but there is definitely some positivity that came out of this very crucial, very high level, very sensitive meeting.
Syria's President Ahmad Shara visited the UAE on Sunday. The trip came as the new government in Damascus looks to deepen ties with the Arab world, repairing diplomatic relations after a 13-year civil war. Shara was joined by Foreign Minister Asad al-Shibani. A statement from the Syrian state news agency said they would, quote, discuss several issues of common concern between the two countries, unquote, without providing detail. Al-Shibani has been to the UAE at least twice since the downfall of the former Syrian regime, but this is the first time Mr. Shara appeared in the Emirates in an official capacity. The new Syrian government has prioritized improving relations with Arab countries, especially in the Gulf. It's seen as having a crucial role in any international-backed drive for reconstruction and rehabilitation in Syria. Before the 2011 revolt against former Syrian President Bashar al-Assad, the bulk of foreign private investment in Syria came from the Gulf, particularly Qatar and Saudi Arabia, mainly in the real estate sector.
من الأوان لآخر درس لازم تتعلموا من 50 سنة.
This week, Lebanon marked 50 years since the start of its civil war. The conflict lasted 15 years, marked by battles for power between armed militias and their political sects. An estimated 150,000 people were killed in the fighting, and thousands went missing. The war also depleted the country's public resources and caused turmoil for years after. But even after the war ended, sectarianism that fueled the violence continued to thrive. For a time, it defined the country's political institutions.
I still have kind of a vivid memory from the days of the Civil War.
My entire childhood is marked by the Civil War. I don't know if I have memories outside the Civil War.
15 years is a long time. The war that began in 1975 is not the war that ended in 1990.
Hear more on the anniversary and where Lebanon stands today on the latest episode of Beyond the Headlines, a podcast from the National's Foreign Desk. That's all for this morning's headlines. You can get these stories and follow live updates at our site. Yasmin AlTaher, The National.